My name is Anita Ogunde. I am a senior staff nurse at a hospital in central London at the moment. I've been a nurse for over 4 years, where initially I worked in Dublin, where I trained before relocating to the UK. In this video, I'd like to talk about the importance of having a work-life balance as a nurse. I do have to say, being a nurse is very, very stressful. Over the years, I've realized how much nursing can take a toll on a person's mental health and physical well-being if not careful. Initially, at the start of my career, this was not something that I knew. I believed in being a hard worker, which I still am. I believed in going to work every single day, even taking on extra work in the name of obviously trying to get money, or the obsession with just the feeling I get and the reward I get for looking after people. With that comes burnout. As you know, burnout is what happens when you keep working and working and working and working, and at some point you don't take any breaks and it all catches up to a person. So earlier on in my career, I experienced a lot of burnout. I realized over the years is recognizing when I'm becoming tired and overwhelmed with the job. The way I combat burnout, or the way I try to maintain a work-life balance, is making sure that I take my annual leaves and promptly. So every 8 weeks, I do try to go away, request time off, even if it's a week, a weekend, 3 days off, where I can take time for myself, time to recuperate, time to just rest, sleep, eat, do everything else but nursing related. And I feel in turn I'm able to recharge and refocus for my next shift. On a weekly basis, as you know, nurses don't, well, in my job, I don't work every day of the week, so I do have time off. The shift patterns that I do at the moment is 3 days or 4 days in a week, which could include a night shift or a day shift. On my days off, I do make it a priority to look after myself. I do not get up anytime before 10 o'clock in the morning. Having worked a long shift, maybe the day before, 2 days in a row, I do take the time out to listen to my body, to pay attention to my physical well-being, and also to listen and pay attention to my mental well-being. Going out is very important to me. I do meet people on my days off. I try to make plans ahead of my days off. So we work things called on social hours. So everyone else I know has a 9-to-5 job, and I'm just the nurse that works from morning to the evening. On my days off, I do try to check in on my friends or family to see if they're available to meet up, even if it's for a drink, a meal, a walk, a catch up. And I believe these meetups do help me in terms of feeling like I do have a work-life balance, and I'm not just working every day of the week, and not utilizing my days off as well. I mentioned my annual leave earlier on. I do not joke with them. I take them very seriously. In the last 2 years, I do have to admit I haven't really utilized my annual leave as I would normally due to the pandemic. And I do feel like the pandemic actually contributed a lot to bad mental health that I'm sure a lot of nurses went through, a lot of PTSD. Like personally, I had major PTSD from looking after like the sick sick patients in the hospital, not being able to like work, not being able to travel, not being able to meet people, lockdown rules here and there, restaurants were closed, clubs were closed, you couldn't even, you couldn't travel. It was a lot for me. So getting away from the pandemic now, I make it a priority to be social. I've been saying I'll join the gym, but I mean, that's coming, but be active. So even if it's going out for a walk in the evening, which I absolutely love, staying connected to my support system, like my family, my friends. It is very, very important as a nurse to not forget that you've got support. For me, I get in a phase where I zone out of reality sometimes, and I don't utilize my support system. But with that is also recognizing when I'm at that point, and also letting my support system know that, listen, this is where I'm at mentally and I do need some support. So please, as a nurse, do not be afraid to ask for help when you need help, especially if you feel like your mental health is declining or at a decline at any point in your career. Nursing is a very, very hard job. It will require you to be your full 100% best self. And as I would say, you can't pour out of an empty glass, like I say. So make sure you keep yourself full at all times as much as possible. And even at work, I know as a senior nurse now, I manage junior nurses, I manage healthcare assistants, and part of that management is making sure on a shift-to-shift basis that my staff on shift do take their breaks in a timely manner. With that, I've recognized that nurses get so warped in the job that they forget to actually take a break. We start maybe 7:45 in the morning, and by 11 a.m. the nurse hasn't sat down. The nurse hasn't taken a break, not even a toilet break, not a drink. And as a senior nurse, it's my job to remind my staff, listen, you need to take a break. It's 11 now, or it's 10 o'clock now. Please go for your first break before your lunch. With that, I advocate for nurses to look after themselves, remember themselves first. You can't look after someone else that's sick if you become sick yourself. So that is at the top of my priority on my shifts. Me personally, I would love to go first, like on a first break. So I do advocate for that. Self-neglect is never a good thing. Once you start neglecting your breaks, not going on breaks, thinking that you're, biggest savior, it does play a knock-on effect in your life, because you go home, you're more tired, you feel more burnt out, you feel more stressed, you feel more unable to take on the next day, which I felt in the past. Yeah.